Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to talk about the new secret tunnels that were added in Season 2 of Fortnite. I'm sure many of you have been to the agency locations and seen how the hiding spots can actually teleport you, but there are some outside of agency locations that are actually really effective. So make sure you give this video a like and subscribe if you found anything useful in this video. And remember to watch the entire video because there's a lot of these locations. Some of them are more niche than others, but all of them can help you at different points in time if you're aware of them. So starting off, we're going to talk about Pleasant Park. Pleasant Park actually has a lot of these locations. As you can see here, there's a construction site outside of Pleasant near this unnamed town that can bring you right into Pleasant. And then once you're in Pleasant, if you go to the gas station, there's a dumpster behind it. And if you get into that, it'll bring you to the bridge that's in between Craggy and Pleasant. So you can actually cover a very quick distance. This is one of the more useful ones in my opinion. Being able to go from that bridge to Pleasant or Pleasant to that bridge can be very helpful depending on what zone is. And there's a slurp truck over there, so you could drop at the slurp truck and then third party Pleasant, or you could drop Pleasant, clear it, not have any heals, and then take this to get to the slurp truck a bit faster. Also, that unnamed town becomes a bit more relevant because of this teleporter. You can use it in reverse, so you can go from Pleasant to the unnamed town. Or even just if you have a very far north zone, it could be pretty helpful there. If you land at the shark, this can be pretty helpful. There's a lot of ways in which these little tunnels over here can be actually really helpful. Next, we're going to talk about the islands. So there's a big triangle of teleporters on the islands. They all work in weird ways. You basically go into the one that you just came out of, and it puts you in a different place. But you can actually travel around these islands very quickly using these teleporters. And this could be helpful. I don't really like landing at this location. But who knows, if you get a late game over here instead of having to swim, if you know about these teleporters, this can actually save you a lot of time. Maybe you want to land here and then loot that way. It would make looting a bit faster. Maybe land here and then third party the shark. There's a lot of options here. I don't personally intend on using them very much, but a lot of people could find these helpful. The next one is probably the most relevant or the most helpful, and that is going to be that you can go from Misty Meadows to Lazy Lake in a very short time frame. So there's an island between Misty Meadows and Lazy Lake that is a shadow hideout, but there's two teleporters, one to go from Misty to this location and then one to go from this location to Lazy Lake. So you can actually go from Misty Meadows to Lazy Lake by using two teleporters very quickly. Clear Misty, get a few kills, quickly get to Lazy Lake, rotate, get more kills that way. Or if zone is ever a concern, this can be helpful as well because, and I don't know about you guys, but I get a lot of edge zones and it's really irritating. So any of these things that can speed up that rotation and save me a bit of time can be massively helpful. But I really like this one because I do like landing Misty, and then also I do get some far south zones sometimes. Rotating out of Misty is kind of a pain anyways because of the water, and this makes it a lot easier. The next location is going to be at Holly Hedges, and there's a hideout in between Holly Hedges and Sweaty Sands, and like the Misty one we just talked about, there's two teleporters. One that'll bring you to the hideout, and then one that'll bring you to Sweaty. And like I said before, all of these work in reverse. So you can go from Holly to Sweaty or Sweaty to Holly very quickly using these teleporters. And it is very helpful depending on the situation. Also, if you want to get a heavy sniper, you can get one at this location. The shadow location has potential to drop the heavy snipe, which is nice for some people. But I like these more in terms of just rotating. Quickly going from Holly to Sweaty to get more kills, or vice versa, whatever is going on at the given time. Maybe zone, once again, is a problem. These teleporters can be insanely useful, and memorizing where they are is a big deal. The next location is going to be this island in between Dirty Docks and Frenzy Farm, and you could basically just skip this thing entirely. There's three teleporters you need to know about. One that brings you from the Dirty Bridge to the gas station, and then there's two more from there. One that brings you from the gas station to Frenzy, and one that brings you from the gas station to the other bridge, which is more towards retail. It's not as far south as retail, but it's going towards retail, if you know what I mean. So three teleporters, they all work in reverse. They'll be on screen right now. But for whatever reason, if zone is a problem, you can quickly get through this island. If people are camping like weirdos, you can quickly get through this island. I've had times where I've been at Frenzy and kids have been on this island trying to stormhold us. If you're in squads, for example, one person could just take the teleporter, or two people pop up behind them, and then you got them pinched, and you're gonna win that fight guaranteed. So these can be pretty helpful. They're much more niche than the other ones, but if you're ever on that island and you don't want to be, these teleporters can help you out. The final one is going to be in this area in between Craggy and Steamy Stacks, and this is one that I think is the least helpful, but it could be helpful to some people because I know there are people that like to land up here and loot this area, and these teleporters could speed that up. All of this is unnamed, so I don't really know how to describe it, but I'll have it on screen right now. There's basically a pretty large triangle of land that is covered by these teleporters, so if you were landing over here or you had to rotate here because of storm, whatever, they could be helpful, but this is probably the least useful of the ones I showed in this video because it is really like, it's a specific location. It's probably only going to be useful if you land up here, but it can be useful to some people. So those are all the teleporter locations that I've been able to find that are actually like helpful in terms of mobility. There are some, like I said before, that are in the agency locations that allow you to go in and out. Like Pleasant has more than the ones I showed because there's an agency location under Pleasant. But I just didn't think that was that relevant to show in this video because I was mainly trying to show the ones that were like useful mobility. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please do remember to give it a like. Subscribe if you would like to see more. Comment down below if this helped you out or whatever. And I'll see you guys another time. Thanks for watching. Ooh, kid. You love to see it.